A court has released footage of the moment an Indigenous man rushed at police armed with an axe 3 days before he was fatally shot. Warning: Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander readers are warned the following article contains images of deceased persons. A court has released footage of the moment an Indigenous man rushed at 2 police officers armed with an axe 3 days before he was fatally shot by a Northern Territory police officer. It comes after the police officer accused of murdering Warlpiri teenager Kumanjayi Walker during a botched arrest said it was all good. He was stabbing me seconds after he fired his gun 3 times. On the second day of a marathon murder trial for Constable Zachary Rolfe, who has pleaded not guilty, Crown prosecutors said the accused ignored a plan to return the following morning to arrest the teen. Stills from body-worn camera footage of Kumanjayi Walker confronting police officers with an axe on November 6, 2019, 3 days before his fatal shooting by Constable Zach Rolfe. Picture: court's NT is supplied. Instead, Constable Rolfe and a colleague entered a home in Uendumu, a remote community outside Alice Springs, in November 2019, with the intention of arresting Mr. Walker. But within 1 minute of entering the home a struggle ensued and Constable Rolfe, 30, fired the first of 3 shots at the teen. The Crown's case is that the first shot could be justified, but the second, which happened 2.6 seconds after the first, and the third, which happened another 0.5 seconds later, constituted murder. On Tuesday the jury was played footage from the moment Constable Rolfe and his colleague Constable Adam Ebel arrived in Uendumu after driving 300 kilometers from Alice Springs to arrest the 19-year-old. Zachary Rolfe's lawyers are arguing he acted in self-defense. Picture: AAP image, Aaron Bunch. During the attempted arrest, Mr. Walker stabbed Constable Rolfe in the shoulder with a pair of scissors, causing a small puncture wound. Prosecutors said Constable Rolfe was standing just 1 meter from Mr. Walker when he fired the first shot. The initial shot did not kill Mr. Walker. He was then wrestled to the ground by Constable Ebel before Constable Rolfe fired the second and third shots, at least one of which was within point-blank range, the court was told. They struck Mr. Walker in the torso and back. Crown Prosecutor Philip Strickland SC earlier said the last 2 shots would be described as a double tap, 2 shots fired in rapid succession. He told the court the Crown's case was that Constable Rolfe had intended to kill Mr. Walker with the third shot, or at least cause serious harm. When the accused fired the first shot he was defending himself. The situation had changed dramatically from the first shot, when he fired the second and third, Mr. Strickland said. By the time Constable Rolfe fired the second and third shots, Ebel had Walker under control, the court was told. There was no legal justification for his actions, Mr. Strickland told the court. Bodycam vision also captured the moments after the shooting when Constable Ebel told Mr. Walker not to F***K around, and that he would F***King smash you mate. Constable Rolfe could also be heard saying, "It's all good. He was stabbing me, he was stabbing me." In his opening submissions, Constable Rolfe's barrister David Edwardson QC said the accused was acting in good faith for the safety of himself and his colleague. "Edged weapon equals gun," he said. Kumanjayi Walker was shot dead in November 2019. He responded in a way in which he was trained. Constable Rolfe has pleaded not guilty to the charge of murder and to alternative charges of manslaughter and a violent act causing death. The court was told that at the time of his arrest Mr. Walker was wanted for breaching a court order. He had removed an electronic monitoring device and attended a funeral in Uendumu when he was supposed to be staying in Alice Springs. The jury was also told of how Mr. Walker pulled an axe on officers who had tried to arrest him 3 days before the fatal incident. Police received a warrant for his arrest. If found guilty by a jury, Constable Rolfe faces a mandatory sentence of life imprisonment. A jury was impaneled at the Supreme Court in Darwin on Monday morning ahead of what is expected to be a 4-week trial before Justice John Burns.